Hello and welcome. The wine here I would love to tell a little bit more about. This is Volnay Fremiets from Domaine Tawse 2022, which I like a lot. I think the 2022s are just great. Ripe, warm, dry and ripe vintage, which happens to produce the wines which for most are without excess of warmth and alcoholic ripeness. They sort of a 13 and a half alcohol by volume, which for Pinot is just perfect. Phenolically mature wines with all great structure, especially in mid and back palate, which gives the great Pinot really everything you really hope for the wines that are built to last. Probably the best vintage if you're in that sort of qualitative ratings of the vintages. 22 for red Burgundy is probably the best vintage since 2015. Got a glass here of Grassel glass from Alex Metch, who does a great job. You should check them out. And I've got a trusted friend here, so let's give this a try. Lovely vineyard, Fremiets, Volnay Fremiets. This is about 60-year-old. They've got about, I think, 0.8 hectare of vineyard. This is not done to. This is not overdone in any way. 20% whole bunch, 20% new oak. Domaine Tawse is a relatively new domain, started by Mr. Tawse, a Canadian financier, and Mr. Pascal Marchand, and they settled. The domain is located in Nuit-Saint-Georges. There's three people behind that label actually. So there's Pascal, who oversees all the production, and there's two skillful and talented winemaker. There is Mr. Mark Fincham, Englishman, as you can tell, who oversees Gevrey wine. And there is a French gentleman called Thomas Dinel, who's looking after the other wines of the Domaine Tawse. And Thomas produced this wine. Look at the color, beautiful. Bright ruby. It's got this lovely violet, which tells you, I mean, this is really, really beautiful wine. Nicely extracted, medium intense ruby. Let's see what this one is like aromatically. I remember when I was actually 2022, I was lucky to work harvest with Domaine Tawse, and I remember when I arrived, we were picking these vineyards. It's beautiful vineyards. It's a very pleasant slope. It's one of the sort of vineyards. Is it the top vineyards of Volnay? Not necessarily top, but probably one of the top 5 best vineyards they've got in Volnay. That's beautiful. It's to me, Volnay a lot of the time tend to be quite rustic and floral, and this has really lovely perfume. Violet, raspberries, red currant, dark cherry. Has got a bit of that dark chocolate as well. Well, very pure, very precise perfume. I remember as well working in the winery when we were destemming this. I mean, part was destem, 20% was whole bunch vinified. The quality of fruit of that vineyard was phenomenal. Vines are old. The wines are 60, 70-year-old, and it's a beautiful piece of land they've got there. It's got that sort of mineral earthy, but more like a dark soil, dark wet soils. Wildflowers, really pretty. Ripe, structured. It's got lovely grip, initial attack, mid and back palate. Red and blue type of fruit, raspberries, red cherries, sort of the blueberries perhaps as well. There's a bit of flower. There's that sort of earthy earthy, spicy component. This will hint of aroma that I really like in Pinot, and this one has it. There's that sort of red pepper, like a spelled peppery kind of spiciness, together with that flinty characteristics that Pinot, well-made Pinot from great terroirs of Burgundy has. And this has it, which is really phenomenal. Lovely wine. Should check this out if you can. You're gonna really like it, I'm sure. Let me know what you think, whether you had a chance to try Domaine Tawse, and if you had, what you think about it. Speak to you soon. All the best.